So thank you all for being here today. This is our town hall meeting. We wanted to take this opportunity to talk to our members about the board's recent decision to disaffiliate with Pro Inc., which is our national organization we've been affiliated with since we left NARI. First of all, I really thank you all for being here today. I thank you for being so engaged. I feel like in the past 18 months, we have had just tremendous engagement and participation from our members. We brought on about 50 new members this past year, and we've got really engaged leaders. Our board of directors is great, and we're excited to welcome the new board in 2025. But we felt like it was important for us to kind of make sure that our members understand the factors or the reasons that we have come to the decision to just be an independent organization. In order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through some talking points, but at the end, I want everyone to feel comfortable to ask any questions you may have or provide any input or feedback for the board. First, we operate as an organization, as a nonprofit. We have a set of bylaws, and that governs how we operate. And so one of the things that I wanted to share, hi, Rob.
Ah,
Good to see you. I see you're
nice
in
to
your
see you.
mobile office.
Yes.
Anyway, one of the things that our bylaws states, we are the Central Virginia Remodeling Association. Nothing in our bylaws has even mentions being a part of PRO. So technically, this was a board decision, but we wanted to make sure that our members fully understood kind of the reasons behind this decision. So first, I'm going to start with the reasons that we joined PRO in the first place when we left NARI. One, we were very interested in continuing to have collaboration with other like-minded organizations. When we left NARI, 9 other groups left. 6 of us came together to form PRO. And we had some common goals, and those goals were to collaborate on things like certification, marketing, advocacy, etc. And we have achieved a lot of those goals. The other things that we joined them for, we were very excited. We were debating between the Richmond Home Builders Association and Pro Inc. And what we loved about Pro Inc. was that they were really focused on a certification program and perhaps an apprenticeship program and a Pro Learning Center. And the Pro Learning Center was going to be a online learning platform that our members could all take advantage of. They could load training things for their employees, and they would also be able to access shared training and educational content that was basically placed on the platform by the national organization or local affiliates or their members. So there would be shared content as well. And then we also wanted to just be able to keep the majority of our funds local. When we were part of NARI, we sent about $250 per member to NARI, the national organization. And what we found was that there was very little return on that investment. And so we wanted to be able to keep as much of our money locally as we could. So since leaving PRO, we have grown by 66%. And usually dramatic growth like that often associates with a low retention rate. So I've been with organizations where we've grown so fast that we weren't able to retain members. But in Central Virginia, with a 66% growth rate, we've also had a 96% retention rate, which is really impressive. I think my highest retention rate that I have had in the past has been about 92%. And my highest growth rate has been 5. So to hear 66%, I cannot express how incredible that is, and there's an excitement in our local organization, because of our strong educational programs, our awards program. Our members are driving the organization, and because of that, we are really growing and doing some great things locally. So why then would we decide now that Pro Inc. is no longer a good business decision for us when those were the reasons that we joined? Well, first, I want to share that in the national organization, Jennifer Duncan, who just jumped on the call, Scott Wagner, and myself have all been a part of that national leadership team for Pro Inc. One of the things we liked about Pro when it first started was that there's equal representation for each affiliate on that national board. So we had 3 representatives for Central Virginia on that board. And to be honest, I served almost like a volunteer CEO for it. And what we found in the first 2 years was that some of these initiatives that we were so excited about, like the certification, the apprenticeship program, and the learning center, those initiatives were a much bigger lift than any of us could have imagined. We wanted to get these things off the ground, but what we found was that it was a lot more than we could. Hold on one second. I'm trying to figure out if everybody could mute themselves. I'm trying to mute anyone that isn't. Yeah, I think I got that one. Okay, sorry about that. Lost my train of thought, but I think what I was saying is it was just a much bigger undertaking than we could have imagined. So what has happened in the last few months is Pro Inc. was kind of at a pivotal moment when they were trying to decide, are we going to continue with a dues-based per member dues system? Or I proposed that we consider doing more of a licensing agreement that it would allow other organizations around the country to come in under the Pro brand, but operate independently as long as they operated under our code of ethics. And what was eventually decided was that the national group was very interested in continuing to do a per member dues rate and to move forward that way. What we decided as a board in Central Virginia was that that investment of the per member dues rate was no longer a good business decision for us based on what we were getting from the national organization. And what we get from the national organization is the brand. And that is basically it. We do participate in a certification program. It's more like a certification transfer program, but that's something we can do on our own locally. But there's no other, like we operate our own website, we operate our own database, like what you would have as a CRM for your businesses. We have an AMS and association management software. Our newsletter, everything that you see, all of the services that you receive as a Pro CVA member, those are generated by our local staff team, and decisions are made by our local board. We came together with Pro Inc. just for the collaboration of that. Well, what we have found is that we can still take advantage of the collaboration. We continue to work closely with other Pro affiliates, some of which have left. Like, for example, the Nebraska-Iowa affiliate, they left over a year ago. Nothing has changed in their organization. They still operate as Pro because the name Pro, Professional Remodeling Organization, cannot be trademarked. What we will have to do, however, is rebrand, which is what that organization did. And they have continued and had even stronger growth rates since they've operated independently. And we still work closely with that group, their executive director. We use them for judging services, and they reach out to us and we collaborate with them. We're still collaborating with other NARI chapters around the country. We use them as well for judging our awards program. They reach out to us for judging. We collaborate on just challenges. I have several close friends in the industry who are executive directors of other NARI groups. And so I continue to collaborate them even years after we left that organization. And then finally, one of the things, with that heavy lift, with this certification, the apprenticeship, and the Pro Learning Center, one of the reasons that the board made this decision now is that in order to have those things, the national group is going to have to hire a national staff, meaning higher dues. And so we did not feel that this was the trajectory of where they're going does not match where we want to go. We want to be able to use our money locally, fund our local initiatives, and continue the growth and success we've had here. And we do not see any concrete plans for the certification program, the apprenticeship program, or the learning center. Those things have kind of halted just because they have realized how big of a lift it is. Next steps, we are going to keep our members updated. We are excited to welcome our new board. On January 15th, we have our first meeting of the year. Our entire calendar for 2025 is built out. You will see that it's already been posted in our newsletter. And you'll see it, more and more events are going to be put on the website in the coming weeks as we populate those, and we'll help you set your calendar for the year. But with our induction of our new board, we're ready to kick off the year and just move forward without kind of looking back. And that was one of the reasons we wanted to hold these town halls in December. Clear it out, make sure everybody's up to speed on what's happening, and then move forward. We have assigned or assembled, not assigned, we have assembled a task group, a rebranding task group. We are contracting Carlene Jackson, who is a longtime member. She helped with the original rebrand for Pro Inc. And so we are working with Carlene. She does digital media for a living, and she has given us a very competitive, extremely competitive rate to help us with this process. We have a few people who have an eye for design on that, on marketing on that task group. We'll be working on creating a new brand. So as of January 1, we'll be asking all of our members to remove the current Pro logo from your sites and from any marketing. And then we will try to get something temporary until that logo is available to all of us. But our goal is just to keep everyone up to date and informed and answer any questions or concerns that our members may have. So I apologize, that was a lot. I don't know if I missed anything, but what I would like to do is now just open it up for questions. And if I did miss anything, then hopefully it'll come out in those answers. Scott, I'm going to kick to you for a second. Is there anything that I did not say that you feel like is important?
No, I think you covered it very well. I will add that I strongly believe that part of our success, a large part of our success in the last 18 months has been because we added a member engagement coordinator that everybody knows, Deborah Carter. We have Kate McFadden, who is doing part-time marketing for us. And of course, Angela has been back here as executive director, which is huge. But my point in that is saying the money that we were sending to Pro Inc., we need that money to pay competent, exciting staff members. And I've been a part of this organization since 2006. I've never seen the excitement and the engagement of our organization like it is now. And so the money is not huge that we're paying now to Pro Inc., but to meet the goals of Pro Inc., the current Pro Inc. board, there's no question that dues are going to be increased in the future. Absolutely no question. So it's irresponsible for us as a board to take your money and send it up there when Currently, there is no value whatsoever, and we do not see that increasing in the foreseeable short-term, even short-term future. Down the road, if they are successful and they come up with something that brings value, then we can reevaluate, obviously. But that's the bottom line, is we are trying to be good fiduciaries, let's put it that way, good stewards of our money, your money, and that's the bottom line for the decision.
Thank you. So any questions, thoughts, feedback?
Ken Phelps, just want to thank you all for your leadership and vision for what this organization can be, and helping us be the organization that we want to be. So thanks for your leadership.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for going through that explanation. That is helpful. So maybe as we go further along, we may have some other questions, but that was very helpful. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, always feel free to contact me, Angela, Jennifer, or any other board member. If you have specific questions, we're happy to chat with you about any or all of it. And thank you very much for attending today. We appreciate it.
Anybody else have any questions, concerns? I see lots of folks on here. Bob Lytle, longtime member. Hope you're doing well. And Chase, Debbie Steer, Rob Wright, new board member Dave, Fed Weissman. Anybody? I just want to make sure everybody has a chance. If you have anything you want to say.
I just got the message and had to upgrade Zoom to log in, so I got here a day late and $1 short. I'll call you or Scott to catch me up, because I think I've missed the whole meeting.
That's okay. I recorded it too, Bob, but I would love to chat with you. Maybe we can get coffee.
That'd be great. I'd love it.
Cool.
This is Jennifer talking, y'all. So when we first decided to step away from Pro Inc., I was kind of against it because I was really still wanting us to be a part of something bigger. But yeah, Pro Inc. is having some pretty significant growing pains that don't necessarily benefit us. And they seem to be moving in a different direction than where we want to go. So I'm 100% on board now. So I just want everybody to know that this was not done lightly. And we're definitely going to be able to control a whole lot more, being independent, and we can still maintain all of those relationships. So it's going to be a good thing. So.
And Jennifer serves as an officer on both boards. So she has been involved in Pro Inc. for a while, and we really respect the other organizations that are involved in that. They're working hard. It's just a lot more effort than we can put in at this time. And again, we want to keep our funds locally. And so the only way really to achieve what they're trying to do is to bring on staff. And that's there's just multiple ways to tackle this thing. So we're just focused locally at this point.
Yep. And we can always change our minds and go back once it has grown enough to tackle what we wanted to do with it to begin with. There's nothing to say that we can't go back, and we're not burning any bridges. But for right now, we're better to focus locally.
Okay, great. Well, Scott and I are really excited. We have a few great candidates for our executive director position. So that exciting news should be coming soon on that. But if you do have anything that you want to ask about or need any more information, I encourage you to reach out. I'm going to put my cell number in the chat for anybody who doesn't. I think most everybody on here has it, but if you don't, my cell is in the chat. Feel free to give me a call and we can discuss this further. But effort to get everybody off back to work and vacation. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New
Happy
Year,
New Year.
everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you all
Happy New
soon.
Year.